everybody, welcome to my channel. Everything I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Let's get into this review of Grown in Gospel, the finale episode. So we start off where we last left off at Tasha's praise celebration for her birthday. Elijah comes in with some glitter boots in a clear box, gift box, making the moment about him. Tasha starts singing a song about friends and hand the mic to Elijah, and he makes up a song. And in my head, I said, if he sings, he don't sound that great. I'm just saying, and it's in my opinion. Bree goes over to Nikki's house to meet with Dr. Dorinda Clark. I feel like I always have to say Dr. Dorinda Clark to give her respect. Okay, to get some advice on her upcoming showcase. Bree wants to know how to get through being nervous and emotional and holding a note. Dorinda said it's a performance and you have to push through. So she gives her this balloon exercise to do. So they blow in the balloons, long breaths, short breaths, or whatever. And Dr. Dorinda Clark starts singing, holds a note, and all of that stuff. So when Bree did it, she did it really well, and she held her note together. Bree said this is what she needed to help her hold her notes. She said she really needed that from Dr. Dorinda Clark. She appreciates it. So Tasha meets with her father. We found out that she spent a lot of time with her dad because her mom was always on the road singing. She said she could talk to her dad about anything. So they talk about her relationship with her husband and how her date night went with her and her husband when he came to town. Her father said that her role as the first lady was not honored. She said how she started drinking to cope with it. She said it was so bad that they knew her name at the liquor store. And what's crazy is, not what's crazy, but I would have liked to hear, some of the things she went through as first lady and why it impacted her. I feel like that would have added more impact to the show. But I'm not the producer. So, Carlos King, if you're listening, that would have been dope to add to this scene here. So she tells her dad about the meetup with her husband. Her dad said maybe he didn't, because she talked about how she put her hand out and her husband didn't reach for her hand, but he called her to come to the hotel. Okay, so her dad said maybe he didn't want to express his feelings for you. Maybe he didn't know how to love you, and that she does not deserve that because she's a beautiful woman, a beautiful daughter, and all of that stuff. He prayed that her past was not used against her. Said that he's glad that she found out about her husband and that she don't deserve that kind of love. Tasha tells him that she went to see her lawyer to get her options. Says she don't want nothing from her husband. She just wants a clear break. She says in the church marriage is important, but she has no choice but to get a divorce because it's not working out. So we move on to Nakia on a call with her husband from jail. We found out that he will be home soon because the appeal was approved. So Nikki is looking for a place for them to live. She praises single mothers because she said it's very hard. They talk about her patience and how she has to work on it because his family don't move at her pace. She said it's hard balancing being a mother, a wife, and her personal things. Her husband thanks her and shows his appreciation for her and all that she do for the family. So Brianna, Shayna, and Elijah, they go out to look for outfits for Bree's showcase. Elijah said him and Jay attached their name to the showcase to help promote it because Bree is a new artist. He said he is in charge of image and Jay is in charge of the production and the production of the show and her music. Shayna asked if her husband was coming and she said he's working on it. He's working it out with his schedule. And same thing with her father. She said her father's on tour. So she don't know if either one of them are coming. She says she can only control what she can control, which is looking for this dress. Elijah wants her to be sexy and Shayna wants her to be Christian sexy, okay? They found out that Bree has not rehearsed with the band and the showcase is in 2 days. Elijah is making it about him again, talking about him missing time. He's talking to Shayna at this time. He's missing time with his music because he's helping Bree. And Shayna was like, she don't even know what kind of music he do. And that's the point. When I look back on these episodes of the show, it's like, what did Elijah do for Elijah without him being in everybody's business. Okay. Anyway, Nikki and Dorinda Clark, they talk. They have a mini singing session. Nikki said her mom secretly wished she followed in her footsteps, but she said she was never interested in singing. She let her mom know that she's about to move out. Her mom does a praise dance. That was funny. Nikki wanted to make sure that the house is all set up for her husband when he comes home. Her mom said, is he going to be okay with you traveling with the Clark sisters, because he had a problem with it before. Nikki said he has changed. Her mom said, of course he's changed, because when he's in jail or in that place, they ain't got nothing to do but to change. But when he get out, is he going to be the same? And her mother basically told her, you need to hold him to it, okay? So Nikki said that she is worried. Well, Nakia is worried about him changing and having temptations, because men are going to be men, because the devil be working. And I'm like, yeah, maybe, but men are going to be men, but men have to also be accountable as well. Like your mother said, you got to hold him accountable. You held this man down, and he got to do right by you. Okay? And in my mind, I'm like, don't stay with a man because you're married. Okay? If he's not treating you right, you got to let that go. Like, get out of here. But anyway, we at the rehearsals for Bree showcase. Jay said he's here to help her promote her music. Elijah comes in and takes over her rehearsal and demanded that she do this and that. He's yelling at her and all of this stuff. Again, Elijah's making it about him. They talk about her husband not showing up, and all of them think something is up between her and her husband. Her dad is not coming because he's on tour. Shayna pulls Elijah to the back to tell him to stop yelling at Bree. He's stressing her out. She's already going through a lot of stuff. People start coming in during the sound check, and I'm like, y'all ain't tell the door people to hold the damn people for a few minutes. That's what Elijah should have been doing instead of yelling at Bree, okay? Nakia and Tasha is worried that there has been no family support there for her, especially her husband and dad. And I also wanted to know, like, where's her mom and brother? Aren't they there in Detroit? Why didn't they show up to the showcase? But okay. Bree gets ready, gets her hair and makeup done. She gets a pep talk from Jay and Shayna. Bree comes out to sing, and she was actually good until she sang the Vagina is Evil song. I don't know what the hell that was about. Okay, like what? Elijah was crying. So she sang one last song. Nikki loved the song. Elijah was crying. And I was like, child, I can't. Okay, he said he cried because of what Bree has been through. Jay said her performance was okay, but needs to know that she is committed and will commit like he will. Tasha said Bree has what it takes, but she has to work on her look and come out of her shell. Bree cries in the back. She's grateful for connecting with her friends in Detroit and said Detroit is where it's at. And she shows appreciation to Jay for pushing her to get this showcase done. Tasha runs on stage and to the back, says she's not feeling good. Girl, that night in the Mosey Wozy is showing up. Girl, are you pregnant? Anyway, Tasha can't be pregnant at this time. She said she can't be pregnant at this time because she's on the verge of a divorce and she wants to take her career to the next level. And the episode ends. So they give us a little synopsis of what happened to everybody after the show goes off. Bree and her husband are in mediation to decide if they will divorce for a second time. Nikki is still hopeful that Dion gets paroled this year. He is currently not scheduled to be released until 2027. Elijah is working on his first full-length studio album, looking fabulous as always. Jay Brooks has his sights set on producing a Grammy-worthy record with Tasha. Tasha has finalized her divorce and is contemplating her new future. Overall, was the show entertaining? It kept my interest. I also just feel like we could have went in a little bit more with Tasha's story, her being the first lady and why she's getting a divorce. Bree and a little more on her husband and where they at with her husband. We already know where Nakia is at. She's very open with what's going on with her and her husband. Jay, we didn't really get into his storyline except him helping Bree with her music. So we don't really know what's going on with him personally. Elijah, of course, is a attention hound. We didn't get into none of his personal story as well either, so I don't know. Shayna, didn't really get into anything with her. Still don't know. I feel like she was just put in there, came in on some whack ass storyline, but we ain't really getting to none of her personal storyline either, aside from her being pregnant. Overall, again, it was an okay show. I don't know if we'll see a second season, but it is what it is. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.